The Christmas Visitor. In Hampstead's Heights, where winter's breath did blow, the Bailey house was blanketed in snow. Rose watched the flakes, a silent, swirling dance, while Sarah sighed, lost in a scholarly trance. The sibilant wind through the chimney did sing, a clandestine visitor, what might he bring? James and David, with energy ebullient, were far from quiet, albeit quite resilient. Their loquacious banter filled the hallway wide. "Is he here?" David asked, with nowhere to hide. "Don't be infantile," James barked with a grin, as the cacophonous carols began to begin. Tiny Bonnie, with laughter mellifluous and sweet, kicked off her socks from her fastidious feet. Rose held the babe, whose joy was ephemeral, against a backdrop of baubles, bright and ethereal. The house felt alive, a personified heat, an icy-hot furnace, a bittersweet treat. Crunch! Went the roof with a thundering thud, like a giant's heavy boots landing in mud. Sarah and James froze, their faces quite pale, as a shadow loomed large, like a ship with a sail. "A thief?" whispered Sarah, her voice but a wheeze, as the frost on the window began to freeze. Rose and David crept down the staircase of oak, wrapped in the silence like a heavy velvet cloak. The living room glowed with a pulchritudinous light, chasing away the deleterious night. A figure stood there, surreptitious and tall, framed by the wreaths on the mahogany wall. "Hush!" whispered Rose to the visitor grand, who held a compass of gold in his hand. Barnaby turned, with a twinkle so bright, like 1,000 sunrays in the middle of night. "I seek a lost star," he said with a bow. "To alienate darkness, I must find it now." Sarah arrived, her curiosity piqued, as Barnaby's boots on the floorboards creaked. He was a mountain of velvet, a forest of fur, with a voice like a kitten's contented purr. He nibbled a biscuit, fastidious and neat, leaving behind a scent, sugary and sweet. James rushed in, his eyes wide as plates, as Barnaby spoke of the celestial gates. With a flick of his wrist, the room started to spin, and the magic of midnight came pouring in. The tree became a ladder to the silver-white moon. "We're flying!" cried James, "and it isn't too soon." Barnaby smiled, his mission complete, as David watched from a velvet-covered seat. The visitor vanished in a shimmer of gold, a story of wonder that would never grow old. Out through the window, like a bird on the wing, to the cold, biting air where the winter bells ring. The morning dawned crisp. With a pale lemon hue, Rose woke with Bonnie to a world that felt new. Was it a dream? An ephemeral sight? Or had a king visited them in the night? The Hampstead snow sparkled, a diamond dust sea, under the branches of the pulchritudinous tree.